Ladies and gentlemen, now today, for a little bit of fun, I wanted to revisit the Stark Enhanced version of Spider-Man to see how this character performs in Act 6 Chapter 3, because you've got some very chunky opponents. You can see here this Colossus has about 300,000 hit points, and in today's video we aren't using any attack and health boost, but we are using the Nick Fury synergy, the Blade synergy, and also Ant-Man and Yellow Jacket for a little bit more attack as well. So we started this fight by very quickly building our poise charges, man. That was pretty much the perfect start to any fight with Stark Enhanced Spider-Man. We managed to bang out an intercept there, and you can see the crits, especially with this node, because it's the one where whenever you like dex an attack, you get a Fury buff, but if you get 10 of those buffs, the opponent goes unblockable. So this actually has a really good synergy with Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, because as well as all the poise, you get like a load more bonus attack at the start of this fight. I think it's like 5% base attack per Fury, but also there's more base attack, crit damage, and crit rating from the poise charges as well. So, you know, it all works out quite well. However, this Colossus is on death row already, boys. This has been a very quick fight once we got our poise charges. And again, this is the buffed up version of Colossus, almost 300,000 hit points. That fight was over in about 50 seconds. So it really does show that Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, like, he still has a lot of damage output potential. This guy still hits like a friggin' truck. Now, the next matchup, Rhino, is a little bit more annoying because we don't want to allow him to get too much regression Fury, or he's going to hit like really hard, even on a parry, man. If he's like above like 5-6 stacks, the damage is going to be so ridiculous. So in this fight, we kind of are forced to go in straight away and play a little bit more aggressively and try and build up those poise charges by like dodging the special ones at the right time. So this one, again, we don't have the damage ramp up that we did in the previous fight, but that's due to the limitations of fighting Rhino, because you can't intercept Rhino, so, you know, it makes him a little bit more tricky to fight on this node. However, playing Stark Spidey today, and I think it's especially apparent in this matchup, one of the things that I just love about this character is the really strong taunt function that he has. Like, the 70% increased chance to throw special attacks means that the opponent is always looking for an opening to throw specials. So this is a feature I just love, man, and I wish kind of more champions had a taunt function. Like, the stealth suit version of Spider-Man, at least in my opinion, should have definitely had a taunt, because it's just so fun to play around with, and it just makes a lot more matchups more fast, more quick, and allows him to get through certain nodes like All or Nothing, and also the final node that you're going to see today on the Captain America boss fight. But despite Rhino not really being the perfect fight for Spider-Man, and that Rhino having about 320,000 hit points, you know, he still went down fairly quickly, all things considered. And again, we're not using any attack, any health boost today, so you can get a lot more damage output and a lot more hit points if you were to activate full boosters. Now, next up, we've got an iconic movie matchup here. Stark Enhanced Spider-Man versus the Vulture. We bang out those intercepts after building up the poise there, and like, once you get used to kind of ramping up Stark Enhanced Spider-Man, he's a champion that is fairly easy to build up. Like, he can be a little bit annoying to build up when the AI isn't being very aggressive, but if you're an endgame content like Variant or Act 6, the AI is almost always quite aggressive, so it's not really too much of a problem. We bang out a 5 combo straight into a special 2 there, and the damage is absolutely lush there, boys. We've got 216k crits, and we've got all the shock damage ticking now as well. So this Vulture is just dropping. He's getting absolutely nuked down, and we've still got the 9 stacks of Fury. We managed to like dash back just so we don't like trigger another dex there and keep our Fury special 1 to finish. And that Vulture, even without the class advantage, was still like 43 hits to take down. So very quick, very efficient fight there. I think it's fair to say that there are a lot of people that absolutely love Stark Enhanced Spider-Man out there, but also, comparatively speaking, I think people are starting to go off this champion a little bit in comparison to other tech options, just due to the fact that Stark Enhanced Spider-Man does not have the immunities that other top tier tech characters do. Like, a champion like Ghost is so dominant, mainly due to her phasing, like insane damage, guaranteed crits on the special too, and just the ability to dash backward and get rid of like any damaging debuff. It's very powerful, and I think Warlock is, you know, packed to the brim with utility that makes him just such a meta countering option for a lot of stuff, especially in Alliance War. So I can see why like Stark Enhanced Spider-Man for a few people has taken the back burner, but if you do need a champion that's very fun to play, very aggressive, has a ton of damage output, and can just nuke through so many different fights, he can still be a go-to guy for a lot of different content and fights out there. And I'm very curious to see like how viable and how usable this champion is going to be when it comes to like like future endgame content, like the next variant and also the Abyss of Legends as well. Because to be honest, man, I absolutely love any excuse to play my Starknaut Spider-Man. The animations are just so fast, fun, and they're very Spider-Man as well, especially with the taunts and the aggressive style of gameplay. But I think one of the things I still love about playing this champion is just very satisfying with his awakened ability. As long as you're above 50%, you've got like such an enormously high crit rate that pretty much all of your attacks crit. So yeah, it's just great seeing like all of those large yellow numbers just flashing up on the side of the screen. However, this next matchup is probably the worst one in the entire video, just because it's Magneto Marvel now, and like half the time we're going to be magnetized. And when you are magnetized against Magneto Marvel now, it reduces the ability accuracy reduction, so we get a chance not to gain any poise stacks, and also our taunt fails as well, which like siphons even more poise stacks as well. So you know, this is just like a really bad matchup for Starknaut Spider-Man, because it just makes like ramping up the poise and maintaining a high level of it, which is really a core component of this champion, just a lot more difficult, man. It goes down so quickly. But even with all the disadvantages and the fact that he's a little bit annoying to play in this matchup, he is still a man that can get the job done, and sometimes that is exactly what you need. Like between Starknaut Spider-Man and Ghost, these are like two of the best options for this quest. I would say like hands down, like Ghost is the better option if you do have the full trinity. However, Starknaut Spider-Man, like even without the Blade synergy or the Nick Fury synergy, can work out really well here, providing you are a skilled player, because all the Blade synergy is doing is it gives him 3 poise, so it makes him, you know, a little bit faster to ramp up at the start of the fight. And the Nick Fury synergy I just absolutely love when playing Starknaut Spider-Man, because it just gives you that safety net if you're going to go for an intercept, and a lot of the time, you know, if you want to avoid that block damage, especially on a node like Aggression Fury, like it's really helpful here for playing a little bit more cheeky, a little bit more aggressive. So yeah, big fan of the Nick Fury synergy combo, and also he gets 10% base attack from Nick Fury because he's a hero as well. So I like the synergies because they make him faster to ramp up and also a little bit safer to play as well, considering that Starknaut Spider-Man, much like every Spider-Man in this game, is a little bit of a squishy character. Just, you know, gives us that safety net. Additional ramp up at the start just means we can get into killing opponents quicker. But what I love about Starknaut Spider-Man, again, you can have no synergies and he's still going to have the same level of performance if you are a skilled player. Now, going into the She-Hulk matchup, this one was a little bit of a mess toward the start, man. I should have immediately gone for 10 poise. I think I got a little bit scared, a little bit nervous in this one. I think it's because the run was going so well, I was worried about messing up, but we counter a medium attack there, straight with a special 1, double medium, straight into a 5 combo there. We've got all of our poise charges now, along with 8 Furies from the node. So yeah, we can just absolutely batter the She-Hulk. We want to try and build up to a special 2. That special 1 against the wall was mainly for safety, just to allow me to get some proximity back in this matchup. So yeah, this wasn't the most efficiently played matchup in comparison to some of the others, but still a very tanky version of She-Hulk. We're hitting super hard now. 43 hits. She's gone unblockable because we triggered a few too many dexterities there. We're going for a backdraft, another combo, and down she goes. So a fairly nice KO in the end. We took a little bit of block damage, but you know, not a bad run against She-Hulk. Now up next we have the Beast matchup before Aegon, before the final Captain America boss. And the Captain America boss is a very annoying fight, as you're going to see very shortly. But here we're being a little bit braver on the dash back, so we managed to get 7 stacks of poise there, 8 stacks now, kind of going for those final 2 stacks just to get maximum damage ramp up. I had a really good opportunity to counter with the evade there, so we just took it. Banged out an intercept as well, so we took that one. At this point we're trying to bait our special 1 just so we can start mashing into this man, because you do not want to get Beast to his special 2, or else he gains like an insane amount of crit resistance. We get the taunt up here, so I'm trying to get a special 1 out of this man. Just about throws it toward the end, so not too bad there. 5 combo, another taunt applied. Hoping for more aggressive special 1s. He throws it there, which is a really good time. Unfortunately, he's now gone fully unblockable, and we've lost all of our Fury bonus there, but it doesn't matter too much. We go straight into a special 2. This man is just getting absolutely destroyed. 30 hits, and he is already almost on the floor, man. A really good matchup matchup against Beast there. We finished with a special 1, but I think we got the KO in like 39 hits there total. So yeah, really good little matchup there against Beast, man. Just very quick, very efficient one, but we did have the class advantage there as well for some additional bonus damage. Now, just before the final Captain America boss, there is an Aegon, and this fight is really going to give you a bit of a sense of how deadly the aggression fury node can be. Like, you probably know if you've like fought this node before, but it just goes crazy so quickly. I think it is fairly shortly that we take like a blocked hit or something just here, man, and look at that. That was like 49% of our hit points just gone in an instant. So you know, a little bit sketchy on that one, but also beating Aegon as well. He does have like a massive like base fury whenever you attack into him, that just keeps on stacking up and refreshing itself, so that's very annoying to contend with as well. However, once you get into this matchup, the specials are really easy to bait out, because it's just like dodging that special one constantly, and then going back and then going back in. As soon as that magical lightning arm disappears, that is the time to go in and punish this man. So yeah, one more special one, it disappears, we go in for another 5 combo, and Aegon goes down at about 40 hits there. So you can see, against a lot of these opponents that have about 300,000 hit points, kind of the average hits for most fights is about 40 hits for Stark Enhanced Spider-Man. So he's still shredding fights, man. That's really good. But moving on to the final Captain America, this boss is the final boss of Act 6 Chapter 3, and it's a really horrible fight, just because you can only deal damage via critical hits when destructive feedback is not active, and also every 10 or so seconds, I believe, he gains a fury based on how many debuffs he's had this fight, and this just keeps on multiplying up as well. And also this champion only uses his specials in order from Special 1, Special 2, and then Special 3. However, the taunt mechanic can also bypass this as well. However, there is a chance for the taunt to get glanced, and also if you use the power drain on the heavy attack as a last resort emergency, that can be glanced as well. So this is just a very annoying fight for really any champion. Ghost with the full synergy and Hood synergy as well is probably the best counter to this, but Stark Enhanced Spider-Man works really well for this fight, just due to the fact that he has a tremendously high crit rate, and also you can bypass the Special 1, Special 2, Special 3 node with a taunt and also power drain. So you got a couple of mechanics there, but again, this fight still sucks. It's going to gimp a lot of your damage output, and it just seems to become more and more annoying as the fight progresses, because he's got 29 furies, now 41 furies, so even going for a parry, and you are just going to get absolutely smoked there. There's just so much damage output, but we're still above 50%. You know, we've taken him down a very solid chunk so far, almost 50% off the Captain America Infinity War now, and again, this isn't without any boost. However, I did mess up there a little bit. I lost all of my evade charges, so we have absolutely no safety net on this Captain America now, and he's got 72 furies. So yeah, this it wasn't the best time, boys. I'm feeling a little bit shaky. We took like a little blocked clip there, and lost like another 30% of our maximum health. Again, these Act 6 opponents, when it comes to their attack, they do not play any games, boys. You make a little mistake and you're going to end up in the bin so damn quickly. Destructive feedback, so we can't deal any damage at the moment, but we did get the power drain there. Got a little bit of an intercept, but I just messed up, man. Messed up on that final one. So yeah, it's an annoying time, but we go back in, we heal up to 85%, because again, you only get that crit bonus on Stark Enhanced Spider-Man when you are above 50%, but the bonus of healing him up is like he doesn't have that many hit points. He's a bit of a flimsy character, so you know, there are pros and cons to having a low health pool, mostly cons, but the pro is that they are cheaper to heal up. But we built up the 10 poise super quickly there. We're just mashing the damage. He goes straight for a special one with the taunt, which is an absolutely fantastic time. Banging in another combo as well. Destructive feedback's just about to come up, so here we don't really want to deal any damage to him. Like, we're just kind of waiting for destructive feedback to end, because again, even though you can only deal damage via crits, it's not stored in the destructive feedback node. I'm not too sure if that's bugged or not, but it just works in a very weird way. We fire off the special too, but again, because you can only deal damage in this fight via crits, like the shock damage does absolutely nothing there. Still, like the special 2 I think is the best way to go. He's down to 19% now, almost in assassin's range there, boys, so we're trying to just wait out the destructive feedback node once again. Try and get a taunt on this man as well, so he throws a special attack, so he's throwing a 5 combo. He glances the taunt there, so that just completely absorbs the taunt. Another 5 combo. We get a taunt here, but it's a very short duration one. I think because we were below 50%, because the taunt only has increased duration, I believe, above 50%. We go for a heavy, we get the power drain there, which is really, really nice. So we're just trying to wait out the destructive feedback here. So this is, again, just where the fight gets, like, really annoying, man, when nothing is triggering quite the way you expect. Maybe should have gone for a special 2-bait there, kind of in lovely hindsight. And here I go for a 4-5 combo straight into a special 1. Then we go for a double medium out of this combo, straight into another 5 combo, and we just about have enough power for another special 1. Destructive feedback is up, so we can't deal any damage, so we go for a medium heavy. I think my power drain was like just on cooldown by like a second or 2. So yeah, we get wrecked by that Captain America. But again, this fight, if you've done this fight, you know just how annoying this fight is, man. It takes like a lot of revives for a lot of different champions. Unless you're like the sickest ghost player in the world, and you do have the full synergy there as 5-star or above. But Stark Spider-Man, you don't need the full synergy for this fight. You just need Stark Spider-Man, a few health potions, and a little bit of skill to kind of take the win home on this one. So yeah, going in for the very final try here, so we don't have our poise charges. Off to a little bit of a rough start, taking some block damage, but just a few more crits and this fight is over. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you enjoyed today's Stark Enhanced Spider-Man Act 6.3 showcase. If you did, please do smash that like button. That'd be greatly appreciated. Aside from that, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.